Hello, students. My name is Jared Rodriguez, and I'm an undergrad TA for biostatistics. And today I'll be showing you how to create visualizations of different types of data. So I'm going to be splitting these videos up to make it easier to navigate, and hopefully you'll learn something from this. So we're going to start with histograms today. Um, so the most important thing to know about histograms is that they're used to display different types of frequencies. So it'll depict continuous interval data and ratio data in a single given data set. Interval data and ratio data are pretty similar in that the space between variables is significant, but ratio data has a defined zero. To start, one must create bins at which each data point occurs, and I'll show you how to do that right here. Okay, so we have this data set right here. It's about 500 responses from unhealthy people in the city of Charlotte. So the responses vary from 0 to 30, and a response of 999 indicates people who refuse to respond. So we're going to create a histogram with this data. So the first important thing to do is to create bins. So bins, since we have 0 to 30, we want responses in that range. And any responses that don't fit in that range are going to be put in the more in a separate bin called more, but you don't have to create that bin. It'll be automatically added after we use the histogram function. So we'll just start off with 10, 20, and 30. You can put in the range later, because if you put it in now and use the histogram function in the data analysis tools, then it won't read it because it'll show up as an error because numeric data can't be interpreted that way. So you go to the easiest way to do this is to go to the data analysis tools right here, click on the histogram function, and then on the AA, we can just click our data, and then the bin range we have right here. Just highlight that, and then you select your output range, which we're going to put right here, and you also click this chart input button. That'll give you your histogram as well. So you click that, and there it is. So it'll pop up like this. And then you can go ahead and edit it. So value 0 to 10, that'll pop up right here. Then for 20, sometimes you got to be careful when putting things in, because if you put, say right here, we put 1120, it'll change it to a date. So we can just erase this. And the way to do it is you put a space first, and then you put 1120, and that should keep it from changing. But if it's not like a date in a calendar, it won't change it. So we put 21 to 30, and it'll just pop up like that. For more, we can just put missing, since that's the 999 values that we have. And there we go. So from here, we can modify the chart. So we really don't need this frequency, this legend. So we're just going to take that off. And then for this data right here, with a histogram, you really want to see how things progress. So you're going to want to go into chart design. That pops up once you click on the chart, and go to quick layout. And there you can change how the chart is presented. So you're just going to want to find the one that connects everything together like this. And I'll go ahead and size up the chart. So once you have that, oh, you can also modify this. Yeah, so that's modified already. So then from there, you want to put like your own titles on things. So for the x-axis, we can put number of unhealthy days. And then from the frequency, we can put respondents, responses. Then we can just title it, and we can put something like number of unhealthy days, or number of unhealthy days in Charlotte. You want to make sure your title is nice and concise. It should show what your chart is all about. And that's something that you'll want to demonstrate in your data. So you can also change the bin range. Like let's create a separate bin. So if you want to do, you want to showcase your data in the best way possible. So really any of these methods are valid. So from here, we could do it in multiples of 5. So we can just do the histogram function again. So like this. Highlight these. And in our output range, we can put right below this one. And it'll pop up right here. So yeah, so you can just label these like you did here before, but I'll just save us some time, not do that. So yeah, so just follow the rules, the same exact rules, and figure out which one you like better, because this one might display data more, it'll show more detail on the chart. So a couple of mistakes that people make when they're doing this is that they don't do the correct bin range, and they also don't use the data analysis tools. Because for example, some people just like to use the frequency function. So equals frequency. You can just type it part way and it'll pop up right here, and you can just press tab, and then you can just click this right here, and it'll ask for the range and the bins. And that'll give you these. So the bin, it matches up exactly with this data, but the problem is if you simply, all right, so this is the exact same data. So if you just highlight this and you go to insert, and then you go to the charts, a pop-up histogram, it's just going to show up like this. It's going to create this giant block, and this really doesn't tell you anything. So the best way to actually do this data is to use the histogram function in the data analysis tools. You could use this one right here, but you could use this one right here, but unfortunately, it just creates this weird line, and you could get rid of the line, but then you wouldn't be able to edit the chart. Let me show you. Yeah. So this is kind of accurate to the one that we have, but not really. So yeah, just not really that accurate. So you don't really want to use it, because this one you can only change it in 3 ways, where this one you can change in multiple ways. So yeah, that's the basics of creating a histogram, and hopefully this helped you. So just remember to use data analysis tools and just avoid these 2 messes.